What's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and in this video I'm going to be showing you 3 featured contracts that got released today. These are the first featured contracts of the bonus maps that were in Hitman 1, so you'd need the Hitman 1 bonus maps access pass or whatever it's called to play these featured contracts in Hitman 3. I'm going to show you all 3 contracts. I'll leave the timestamps in the description of which one you want to cut to or whatever you want to do, and I'll take you through them one by one because there is a story behind it. So the briefing is as follows for the cult classic. After suffering heartbreak in 2017, a man only known as Jeff experienced incredibly fortunate circumstances during a period of suicidal depression. Since then, Jeff has made the most of his newfound lease of life to become the uncredited and mysterious entrepreneurial mastermind behind the series of property developments in Dubai and Chongqing. Unfortunately, his newfound fortune has attracted the attention of an imposter who is trying to imitate all aspects of his character in an elaborate attempt to stake their claim to Jeff's millions. As your client, Real Jeff, has hired you to eliminate this imposter to ensure his identity and fortune remain a secret and he can continue to live in peace and isolation. You must also eliminate any known associates of Jeff's imposter. So, that's the premise of this storyline, and basically, for the first one, for the Cult Classic, you have 3 targets. Jeff with the any method for the suit only, and then you need to take out the super fan. You need to make sure you do that suit only as well, unarmed, and then you need to take out Pietro, which you need to take out with a super fan disguise with a screwdriver, and you need to make sure you don't knock out anybody. That's one of the rules, one of the main rules anyway. So the first things first, there's only one start location, so we can't actually go anywhere. We're using the default equipment, by the way, nothing special, same thing like coin, barbed wire, pistol, all that kind of stuff, so that's all there is to it. But yeah, there's only one start location for these bonus maps, and this gate is already unlocked. So we are going after James King first. He's going to be the one that's not an enforcer. He's going to come over here momentarily, so what we're going to do is it has to be an unarmed kill, so if you punch him in the face or knock him out any other way, it's an automatic mission fail. So we're just waiting for him to come over here. He starts meddling around on his phone, and that's when we're going to get behind him and not subdue him all the way, but we're going to snap his neck in the subdue. There's a crate right next to you as well. You may as well use it to your advantage and go ahead and pop his body in there. Need to grab his disguise now, and we also need to get ourselves a screwdriver. We're going to chuck a coin in this little alleyway. I didn't do it close enough to me really, but you know, that's what you need to do. You need to chuck the coin in the little alleyway there. Quickly go over and grab this screwdriver and take him out with a melee. Don't throw it, but make sure it's a melee kill with a screwdriver. Like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit more closer to that crate, so that guy over there minimalizes the chance of actually spotting you. But he didn't see us anyway, so it's fine. So we're going to dump his body in the crate here, and we're going to put our suit back on. Not that one. Not that one. But the suit, the tactical turtleneck. There we go, done. Right, next we're going to have to eliminate Jeff, and this one basically takes care of itself, but we need to read his note before it actually triggers anything, otherwise he doesn't actually run off. So we're going to go and find Jeff. Jeff is going to be in front of the mansion. If you have never played Sapient before, which will be a little bit weird, but yeah, he's sitting right in front of the mansion and on a bench, crying. There he is. And next to him is going to be a note about Rebecca, which is his girlfriend. So yeah, he's feeling a little bit low, a little bit depressed. But if you wait around about a minute after you've read this, Jeff will just get up by himself, and yeah, it will take care of itself, let's just say that. So we don't have to do anything. So if you think this was complicated, you had to isolate him or take him out or whatever, you don't. It just basically pretty much just takes care of itself. There's nothing intuitive about it really. So skipping ahead to around about the 3:20 mark. Jeff is just going to get up by himself and he's going to go for a little bit of a jog. It's going to be one of those little jogs where you can't actually quite keep up properly. Like if you're running faster than his run and he's running faster than your walk. So you've sort of got to run a little bit, walk a little bit, run a little bit, walk a little bit. But yeah, what he's basically doing is going to run to the edge of the cliff and he's just going to eliminate himself pretty much. There we go. That's how we do it. But that takes care of the mission. And we're going to exit right now and run this guy over in the yellow shirt. There we go, Silent Assassin, done. Let's move on to the Ludonarrative Dissonance. This is the second featured contract in the list. Eliminating one Jeff impersonator was not enough. Your client, the real Jeff, has learned of a second imposter who intends to expose his identity. It appears that the imposters have been sharing knowledge and working together. After learning the secrets to publishing a book in Sapienza, the imposter group now plan to publicly leak fake details of how your client was the true leader of the Liberation Doomsday cult in Bangkok. Their belief is that Jeff has fraudulently earned his fortune, and as they cannot prove it, they are finding their other methods to expose the truth. Your mission is to ensure that this does not happen, eliminate the imposter and his associates without holding back, send a message to anyone following the intricate scenario, and put it to an end. So for this one we have 4 targets, and this is one of the most... how do I even put it? Most garbage contract of what I've ever played, pretty much. Purely because it involves explosions, and that's never good when it comes down to Silent Assassins, is it? But we are going to bring 2 breach charges. The 1 breach charge from the Hitman 1, and 1 breach charge that we unlocked in Hitman 3. We're also going to bring along a briefcase and have 1 smuggled inside it. I'm going to bring along a regular pistol. We only have 1 start location, so let's go. From the very start, we're going to take the breaching charge out of our briefcase and enter the basement. We're going to take out our pistol and shoot out this camera. We're going to pass through the basement now, while my dog barks in the background, and we're now going to need to get ourselves a little disguise. That's going to help us get the sapper's axe. For some reason, they wanted to include a sapper's axe for some reason. We're going to wait for here at this location for this guard to turn around. I'm going to grab the disguise bundle that's just on the floor opposite us. So go ahead and grab that. So now our waiter's disguise, keep the briefcase on you. Now we're going to go and get the sapper's axe and put it inside the briefcase. But yeah, I'm not sure why they included the whole axe thing. They should have just left it up to us how we want to take out the contract, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking when it comes to this contract. But here's the sapper's axe. Go ahead and pick it up, stick it in your briefcase. And we're going to retrace our steps and put our suit back on. Just be mindful of when you do go back into the room where your suit bundle is, just be wary of the guard that's inside and make sure that he's looking the other way before you put the suit back on, because then he's going to turn into an enforcer. Here he is, this is what I was talking about. Go ahead, put your suit on, exit the door and up the stairs. We're now going to make our way to the whole ceremony stuff that's happening upstairs, where we're going to take out our 4 targets. And one of the reasons why I don't like this contract is because the explosions, it just creates too much random chaos. And it's one of those things that are really tricky to get consistent. But I've tried to make this as consistent as possible. It just is what it is when it comes down to this. I don't know what they were thinking when it comes down to these sort of contracts, you know. I don't find these particularly fun, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, once we're up here, we're actually going to take out Jeff first. So he's going to have a conversation in the bathroom with his girlfriend, I should say. We're going to close all the doors in the bathroom. We're going to come to this side of the bath and take out the sapper's axe. Then we're going to drop the sapper's axe on this side of the bath. Pick up the briefcase, throw it at Rebecca's head. Quickly pick up the axe and throw it at Jeff's head. There we go. So that's a quick way to get rid of Jeff without listening to the conversation and working going downstairs and all that kind of stuff. So that just gets it out of the way. So we're now going to hide both bodies in here, because why not? Also, they dropped a couple of key cards, but we don't use them anyway. But I'm going to get rid of the evidence. Just chuck that axe in there, just for the RP. Retrieve our briefcase, and now we've entered this room. Now, what's going to happen here? A woman's going to enter the room here. She's going to go over to the left and take a cigarette. We're going to go ahead and knock her out. This is just in preparation of what's going to happen a little bit later on. We don't want it to hit the gunshots, so knock her out. Knock him out as well. Dump her body in the crate. go over to the other side of the room and put his disguise on. Drag his body a little bit closer to this gas canister right here. We need to take it out with an accident explosion. And this is the only opportunity we've really got. Shoot that twice and then just get out of the way. Everyone's going to start panicking for a while. It's that random AI panic mode kind of thing. So we're just going to wait in here until everyone just goes back to the normal routine and everyone stops panicking. So we're going to skip to that point. Now that can take a random amount of time. It could be different for you, but it took around about 30 to 40 seconds for me. But you want to make sure that everyone's stopped panicking and everyone's gone back to their normal routines. We have 2 targets remaining. And if basically Nabazov from the main mission is going upstairs right now, we can now head through the kitchen. If he's not going upstairs and he heads through this kitchen, you're going to have to wait for him to finish his conversation in this room before we can pass through. Meanwhile, at this point in time, we're going to knock out this waiter and put him in the crate. Just be wary of the target because he could be heading into the kitchen at any moment now. We should make sure we time that right before he enters the room and obviously spots us. That's going to be a problem if that happens. But he's eventually going to enter the room in a few seconds once he's finished chopping up his invisible vegetables over there. Or fruit or whatever he's doing over there. He's going to be tapping away on his phone once he enters the kitchen. It gives us the opportunity to knock him out and take him out with one of the breach charges that we have. And the good thing about the breach charges, they're a silent explosion. So that's the good thing about those things. We have to make sure we use an explosive device. So this is the best item to use. So once he's entered the kitchen, we're going to go ahead and knock him out, like I said. We are going to drag his body further away from that door. And the reason why we're doing that is because there's a guy in a brown suit who's got super hearing. He's got a hearing of a dog who can hear everything. So you want to make sure you come over here, drag his body over here, drop one of the breach charges on his body, explode it, and that'll take him out, and you'll be able to dump him in the crate, no problem. We have one more target after this, and he's going to be a guard, like a bodyguard, in a red jacket. So we're going to, again, retrieve our briefcase, exit this door right here, be wary of that enforcer to your left, enter this room, and we're going to drop the briefcase right in front of him, and then leave the room. He won't actually see the briefcase until you break the line of sight. It's kind of weird. There we go. Then he's going to pass through this kitchen here, so we're going to wait in here for him. So the next thing as well is we need to make sure we throw this remaining breach charge at his head, because if we knock him out any other way, that guy in the brown suit that has super hearing is going to hear it. Again, he really annoyed me when I tried to do the recording, because I couldn't figure out why or how he was hearing that through a wall. But nevertheless, this is the silent way of knocking him out. Just make sure the guy doesn't see you with it in your hand as he passes through. But once we've knocked him out, we are going to pick up the stuff that he drops on the floor and drag his body on the opposite side of the room, just like we did with the previous targets, and we're going to drop the breach charge on his body as well, explode it, and we can leave the body there because we've got no more hiding spots for him, and no one else passes through this kitchen, at least not for a while anyway, so make sure you get to an exit pretty sharpish. You've got a couple of minutes before anyone could potentially see this body, so just make sure you get to an exit. We are going to take the basement exit. I believe you can take the boat one, but I'm not sure if on featured contracts you need a key for the boat. You probably don't, but I'm going to head down the basement through anyway, because it's probably the quickest way to get out. Because if I remember correctly, in the bonus mission of Bangkok, I think it was called the Author. Was it called the Author? No, it wasn't called the Author. The Source. That's what it was called. You needed a key to use the boat. Or am I thinking of Master Mode? I'm not completely sure now. I don't remember. I haven't played it for a long, long time. It's been a few years. But we're just going to take this exit over here. Straightforward anyway, especially in this disguise. There we go. One of the worst contracts I've ever played. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on what you think about this contract. I just didn't like it at all. Yeah, let's just get a quick confirmation of a silent assassin rating, and then we can move on to the third and final contract, Dexter's Denouement, or however you pronounce that word. So the third and final contract takes place in Hokkaido. It says finally the end is in sight for Jeff and his woes. Evidence uncovered so far points to Amos Dexter as the ringleader of the entire operation. His devoted followers have committed to the cause they call Justified Extraction of Fraudulent Finances, or JEFF for short. Dexter has been coordinating the operation from Hokkaido whilst he waits for his 13th organ transplant in the last 4 years. He's made plans for several other GF members to be at the hospital acting as patients in case of his demise. Your mission is now clear and straightforward. Allow your client Jeff to live in his peace by eliminating the leader of Jeff. It's believed that all remaining imposters have now left JEFF or Jeff, and we will remain vigilant should any surface. So there's 3 targets for this one. First one obviously being Amos Dexter, and then we've got another one that you have to eliminate with a pistol, and the other one I have to eliminate with a falling object, accident killed. All of them have to be using the VIP patient Dexter's disguise. I have no idea why. Doesn't really fall into the whole story, but what we're going to bring along with us is any silenced pistol you want to. I'm going to bring along the new Krugermeier, but it doesn't really matter which pistol you use. And I'm also going to bring along the emetic gas device. Of course you do need Hitman 2 bonus missions to actually unlock this, but I didn't really see another way of doing this, and I didn't really want to carry on trying to come up with a different strategy for this one, because she is a statue in this mission and she doesn't move. So what we did at the start right there, we threw a coin to the right of this guard and it distracted one of the guards and the other one walked off. That gives us an opportunity to take him out, just subdue him, grab his clothes and leave him there. We're also going to retrieve that hammer, but I don't think we ever use it anyway, so don't worry about it too much. But we're now going to have to bolt back to Amos Dexter's room. He is going to be walking around a bit, applauding people in their face. I don't really know why. Maybe he's being sarcastic, I'm not sure. But either way, this is the target I was on about. She doesn't move. But yeah, we'll deal with her a little bit later on. But with Dexter, he's going to be walking around and it doesn't present us with any opportunities. We need to take him out with an accident fall. And there's no opportunities for that apart from when he's in his bedroom. So we're going to wait outside his room for him to come back. And then we're going to follow him inside, knock him out, take his disguise and then throw him over the ledge. That is the plan for him. So I'm going to skip to that point because it takes a couple of minutes. So here he is, returning to his room. So we're going to stay close to him so we can actually get in the room because it's locked. We're going to close the door behind us and knock him out with a hammer. Or anything you want. Just go ahead and knock him out. I'm going to drag him all the way over to this balcony over here. Put his disguise on before throwing me over the ledge. Just be wary of that. That is an important thing. It is an optional objective, but we want to get 5 stars when it comes to Silent Assassin, of course. So put on his disguise and then throw him over the ledge. Next person we're going to take care of is Olivier. And to do that, he's going to be wandering underneath a lampshade on the opposite side of this area. So we're going to make sure that we are standing behind the wall as we do this. If you're using a Krugermeier, it is a bit of a tricky shot. Like I said, you'd be better off probably using a regular pistol. But see that chandelier, the one in the furthest distance, that's the one we're going to have to shoot. So do this before, just put your body here so that no one's seeing you, is what I'm trying to say. So we don't want to get spotted while we're doing this. To keep an eye on him in the distance and then wait for him to pass under this leafless chandelier and go ahead and shoot it. That will take him out for an accident drop, so that will be the second target down. Our third and final target is going to be in the restaurant. Like I said, she doesn't move, she is a statue. So we're going to take out the emetic gas device, put it on the floor. I don't recommend dropping it because it's going to attract all sorts of attention. We don't want that. So we're going to place it on the floor and then explode it in front of her. If you want to bring along a briefcase and smuggle that in, if you want to find that a little bit more easier, go for it. It's entirely up to you, but I just didn't really want to run across the other side of the map just to go and get that smuggle point. That's the only reason I did it this way. Plus there's hardly anyone around anyway to see it. So you may as well just do what I just did there. So she's going to head to the bathroom right now and puke up in the toilet. And we're going to go ahead and headshot her while she's in there. Put her body in the closet. And then we're free to exit the mission. So there we go. What a busy bathroom today. Must be the sushi. I'm going to pull out my pistol, shoot her in the head, boom. And then dump her in the closet. Just Just make sure you don't do a pistol elimination, because that won't count as a pistol kill. It counts as a pistol elimination, so it's a bit weird when it comes to that, but you have to make sure you headshot her, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. But that pretty much does it. So what we're going to do now, head to the exits. We're going to take the cable car, because it's the closest one. Might as well. And that'll wrap up these featured contracts. These are the very first featured contracts that got released for these bonus maps. It's been a long time coming, but we finally got them. I think it's been 5 years now since these missions came out. So I'm not completely sure what was holding them up when it comes to releasing contracts in this map. But now all contracts can be made using these missions as well. So if you want to have a play around on these variants of Hokkaido, Bangkok, and Sapienza, go for it. See what you can come up with. Hopefully they'll be a lot better than these, because I didn't think they were very good at all, in my opinion. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are in the comments below about your thinking of these featured contracts yourself. I didn't really like them, though, to be honest. But it is what it is. There we go. Silent Assassin. And that wraps it up. That pretty much does it. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon, or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below next to the subscribe button, or clicking the link in the description for all the details. And a big shout out to my Psycho Assassin members, Arshal, Paul, Bedry, Mark Davis, Constantine Mueller, Wandering Wendy, and Ghost Warrior. Becoming the top tier Psycho Assassin members. I appreciate all the support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.